I love when an artist comes in the room and he or she is ready to be an artist. The artists that don't do well, they're not giving this music stuff a chance. You know what I mean? They're not coming off as an artist. We go to your Instagram, it's a picture of you drinking a beer at the bar, or your or like you don't look like a rapper. There's no music videos, there's no photo shoots. So now you're like angry at people who don't want to support you, and now you're turning people off. Like if you're an artist who's making great music, people are going to tap in.
Yo, what's going on, world? It's your boy Poncho here. Welcome to episode 17 of the Encore Podcast. If this is your first time listening, this is a podcast for artists, musicians, any creative entrepreneur that wants to take their passion for music and art and turn it into a full-time business. So if that's you, subscribe, tap in with the community. We're here in a new spot, new studio.
You
feel me?
Welcome.
Yeah, facts. And I'm here with my co-host Cruz as well.
What's up, Poncho? So today I got a guest I'm super excited about. A visionary for his city and for his county, and executive producer, talented as hell, wears a lot of hats, and he's got a lot of great things to say. So excited to have you today, bro. How you feeling, Kingmil?
What's good, man? Feeling it, chilling. I want to start this off by saying thank y'all for having me up here.
Hell yeah.
Love everything you guys got going on. Can't wait to tap in with you guys.
Yeah, facts.
I want y'all to know this is my first time meeting them. So y'all about to watch us meet each other.
Yeah,
whole pod. You know,
we had some combo, but I was trying to save like the deeper conversations for this episode. So it's like, I appreciate you coming through though.
No doubt.
Yeah. So, real quick, in just a few minutes, could you tell the people where you come from, how you got into music, and what you do today?
Dope. All right. So first, to start off by saying, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Kingmil the 8 guy. For those of you who don't know, and for those of you who know, what's up? I am the founder and CEO of SLDM Entertainment, SLDM TV. Say less, do more in general. That's the brand.
I fuck with that.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. The world needs more of that.
Word, right. Exactly. And the brand kind of speaks for itself and what it is, what it's about. You know what I mean? Just we say less and we do a whole lot more. I got into this music business sort of randomly one day. My boy was a rapper. He just started calling me his manager, and the kind of guy I am, I'm gonna put my best foot forward in everything that I do. And it's my boy, I love my people. I'm gonna take care of you if you take care of me. So one thing led to another. He just started calling me the manager. I started Googling how to be a manager.
When was this at? Like what point in your life?
This was 2017 is when we started getting our footwork into this shit. So I was like out of RCC. I decided RCC college freshman year. I was like, you know what?
What's RCC?
Rockin' Community College.
Okay, word.
Yeah, I was in there for a semester, and I was like, this isn't for me. I found freedom. You know, like high school's like jail. So when you go to college, you can just walk out of class and go home.
Yeah.
You telling me if I don't want to be here, I don't got to be here? Shit. Found out I can do that, and found myself chasing my boy's music career. And one thing led to another. I'm learning how to be a manager. I'm learning how to book artists. I'm trying to get my artists shows and stuff like that. And I learned through that experience. I'm like, you can't just do that. You can't just say, I want to have a show and have a show. There's a lot of work that has to go behind that. I had to learn the work. So everything turned into how to get my artists a show. You got to make music. You got to make good music. I got to learn how to get my artists to make good music. That turned into finding engineers, finding out about studios, finding out about marketing, finding out about everything that goes into growing an artist. Because I had my job was to grow an artist, and you know, from there we ended up getting a show. I fell in love with what was going on when I saw the reciprocation. Like people actually like this kid's music. And we actually put the work in to get people to like the music. So when I saw the like raw reaction, I was like, whoa, like, I want to do this forever. You know what I'm saying? And then that fell out, unfortunately. Is what it is. Blessings to all. And I found out I had a network because we got so big to that point. There was a whole lot of artists who wanted to work with me. And you can't just work with any artist. I had to learn that the hard way though.
Yeah, especially
you know what I mean?
On a management tip.
Exactly, especially as a management tip. You can't just work with any artist. And like I had to learn how to not ruin relationships. You know what I mean? But even that was like a very hard process. So to not throw everything away when things did go left, I found out I still had all this. There was a bunch of people who wanted to work with me, and I turned that into SLDM because it used to just be a label. Now it's a label.
SLDM used to be a label.
Yeah, it used to be the label.
Okay.
It was just me, my artists, and whoever was working with the label, and everything was solely for the one artist. You know what I mean? But then when I learned how to grow that one artist, I turned that knowledge and that process into a platform. So now we have all these artists, and we know how to grow artists in so many different ways. Videos, artist development. We got into the interviews because I learned my artist needs interviews to get himself out there. So instead of doing that with one artist, let's have an interview platform for artists. Instead of, you know what I mean, getting videos for my artists, let's shoot videos for artists. I'm trying to just like fast without like getting all of it, like, you know what I mean, without running it on.
Yeah.
From the platform, opened up a studio, and that's when I realized, okay, we have something going on here. You know what I mean? People are really involved with what we got going on. People are staying close. They're tapping into everything we got going on. Started the podcast, and now we're here.
Yeah, so you have like a fan base or like a following from like, where would you attribute that to like the moves that you were making? Like, what were they following really? Like, was it more like you, or did like the label kind of catching traction? Like, where was the
supporters?
Yeah, the supporters, I would say. Yeah, maybe not fans.
I learned after a while that they were following me.
Yeah.
That's I thought they were following the artists.
Yeah.
But when we separated, I saw like where it went. Everybody was like, yo, don't even worry about that. Like, what's up though? Or when I saw a whole bunch of that, I'm like, oh, I didn't lose anything. I learned that I had a network. So yeah, they stayed with me because they noticed I have that ability to grow something. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they believed in what I can do for them before I even knew what I was able to do for them. So they definitely followed. Yeah. That's why I had no choice but to turn into a platform, because I was just like looking for another artist.
Yeah.
But like, you know what I mean? You go through a lot working one-on-one with somebody. You know what I mean? It's a relationship for real.
Shit. You talked about that in another interview where like you said that you're not really interested in working with another artist, and because that's like a whole project that you have to invest in.
I believe your words were, hell no, don't ask.
And you know what's crazy? They still ask. Yeah, I blasted everywhere, like everywhere. I will not. It was in my bio for over a year while literally managing an artist. I still had it in there. I am not a manager. Every day, yo, what's up? I'm looking for a manager. I'm like, wow, like this is the craziest thing ever. But yeah.
What's your philosophy on that? Like, why do you feel like it's not for you? Like because a lot of people who don't make it as an artist but want to be in the lane, that's maybe like might be their second role that you go for. like, why is it not for you?
Being a manager is fucking hard.
Yeah, like
I can definitely imagine it.
No, yeah, I learned I don't want to be the manager because I need to get my life together, first of all. You know what I mean? Like,
sure,
like I have my thing going for myself, but like, don't ever get confused. I'm just like, there's everyday battles, trials, and tribulations that I have to go through. And I feel like as a manager, you need to be somebody who has your shit together. And you need to be able to have the time and patience. Like, our artists are really frustrating people. Like, they are the most frustrating people I don't know if y'all ever worked with an artist, they're really like...
It's an experience.
Like their music comes from trauma a lot of the times.
Yeah.
So you're working with a very traumatized person, like a lot of the times, the good ones.
Left brain. Like,
you know what I mean? Like, they're either really drugged out or they're really street. You know what I mean? So like, you're not only dealing with them, you're dealing with what comes with them. And I don't got time for that. That's one. Two, like, it's 2022. You don't really need a manager unless you have that influx of just business and people and that attention and audience. Like right now, I'm just getting to the point where I need an assistant. Just now. I've been doing this for years. And like, I can still manage my stuff to the point, but I'm just not that kind of person who can be on top of it. Like, it's getting to that point where so much is going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, if I would have tried to have a manager 2-3 years ago, like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
A lot of artists want a manager because they want the look. They don't want a manager. And they don't want to put the work in, because I can have a meeting with an artist one time, tell you everything you need to do. You're just not gonna do it. You know what I mean? Or I can do it for you. And then you find out you don't need me to do it once we get the ball rolling.
Okay, word.
You know what I'm saying? And that's usually what happens. Yeah. And that kind of is what ended up happening multiple times. We get the ball rolling. You don't need me anymore. You find out what I was doing for you. Now it's so easy for you to bring. And also, too, my philosophy is like, I can't get you in a room with Drake. I can't get you. So what's going to happen when you meet the guy who can? You, like, it would be a terrible business decision for you not to just up and leave me.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And if I was a smart manager, I'd be like, yo, it's time for you to go to that guy who can put you in that position. But then, you know, sometimes relationships get ruined because it's like, oh, we were doing this together. Why are you leaving me? But you know what I mean? Business is business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you just never know. It's so much out there. Or you can just post a fucking TikTok, go viral, and get a deal. You don't need me for anything. Like, it's 2022. Things happen so fast. There's so much access. Like, now TikTok has their own music platform where you can release straight there. Yeah. You know what I mean? You could just, you don't need a manager to do that. It's a new world now. I saw that coming where I was like, yo, like, these manager shit's like, what do you really need a manager for? You know what I'm saying? If you know somebody can handle your work and get that little cut off the back end, shit.
I love that you're saying assistant because, like, especially in the content creator world, like, the assistant is more popular role than a manager.
Popular.
So it's like,
way more popular.
Fact. So it's like maybe artists should really start moving towards that in today's world, like really just incorporating an assistant rather than like a manager type shit. And
get somebody who can
relying on yourself
handle
as a CEO.
You know what I mean? Who can handle what you shouldn't be handling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like even then, so like I would. It's not like I won't work with an artist. You know, like I said, SLDM is still a label. We're still looking for an artist. We're still waiting to find that guy. We still have our guy, Clips. You know what I mean? Right now, he's take a little seat. I mean, we're praying for that. Whatever happens, happens. But like, we're still a label, so I still want to get behind the artist. But I can't be the guy chasing you around. No, we got to have a guy for that. And we have guys for that. But I just learned that's not me. I'm the guy that's like, yo, we need him to do this. This is how we're going to do it. So you got to get this. And when it's there, we're going to make it happen.
You know, it's funny that we're talking about this because this gets into most of what I wanted to talk to you about because you got the perspective of someone that works closely with a lot of different, I won't say closely, but you work with a lot of different artists just through all the videos and stuff you do. So let's just get into it. What are some things you see that artists do that just shoots themselves in the foot?
Let's go. Oh, man. Let's do this. Let's start with, it's so funny too, and I'm happy I get to say this on the podcast because I'm gonna start doing these TikToks. Because I've been looking for my niche, my thing. Yeah. And that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. I'm gonna play the manager because I don't wanna be a manager. So on TikTok, I'm gonna be the manager. Okay. And I'm gonna kind of like play out the skits, and we have a production squad. Shout out Donald, shout out Marco, shout out SLDM, shout out Emily. You know what I mean? The gang. We're gonna put like these little skits together. Basically, like trolling the hell out of artists and what you're doing wrong. And my number one pet peeve. Why is your rap name, let's make something up. Guitar Man, right?
Facts. Not searchable, is that what
right, yeah. But your Instagram name is Top Shooter the God like
that's like the first thing a label's gonna make you change. If
we can't find you, bro.
Yeah, facts. Straight up.
We can't find you. And now, boom. Granted. Now we found you, right? We go to your Instagram. It's a picture of you drinking a beer at the bar.
Or worse, your page is private.
Or your page is private. Or like you don't look like a rapper. You look like you still play basketball in 2016 and you're still trying to convert. Like you don't look like a rapper. There's no music videos. There's no photo shoots. There's no like pictures in the studio. Like there's nothing. You just say you rap. Boom. Now say you do post a music video. You posted it once.
No follow-up.
No follow-up. You genuinely think because people are reposting it that they watched it. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, oh my God.
Not even the best part of the song. They have like a 10-second intro before it starts going. So it's like, nobody's like waiting for it to drop. Like, that's it. Like,
I'm not making it to the drop, bro. I'm sorry.
Nah.
Like,
and this is the number one thing. This is another thing that I don't like. Artists, like, you can't tell somebody which song is the one. I don't care. Stop getting on Instagram saying, this is the one I'm telling y'all better get right now.
Yeah.
Or you better hop on this train. Yeah. And then the song drops and then they got 37 views on YouTube. You didn't market it the right way. You posted it once and now you, I heard that. What was that?
Shit.
Quinn.
Oh, shit. Quinn. Oh, fuck. The cameras are in 4K. Damn, I meant to turn them to 1080. Oh, shit.
It'd be like that.
All right, getting back into it. What was it? All right, so we back. My fault. So look like an artist. What was the first thing?
It was they don't have the right username.
Right.
Like I can't believe that. You're a brand. That's like Fruit Loops having fruit. Just fruit. like that Fruity Loop. I don't know. Just not Fruit Loops. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if Fruit Loops Instagram just wasn't Fruit Loops.
At the very least, if you gotta be able to look up the username and then to come up, it might have a little extra shit. At the very least, yeah,
at least, like if your song was really good, all right, maybe you could be a regular dude with this fan base. Like, all right, but like, at least let them find you, bro.
Question though, like, what if you got a name and you've been using it for like a year and a half, and it's some shit that's like Guitar Man, where it's like, yo, people know me as this.
Yeah.
Like, but like, I'm not gonna find a Guitar Man that's searchable. What do you think that they should do in that situation? Like, time to pivot names, you think? Is that enough? Like,
listen,
some people don't want to
never
do that.
be afraid to pivot your name.
Yeah, facts.
Right? Because at the end of the day, it's all about the music. So even to get back into like what artists do wrong, right? They think they gotta do everything else besides make good music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
I don't give a damn what your Ferragamo belt. I don't care about your Ferragamo belt. I don't care how much you paid your videographer. I don't care what girl was shaking her ass in that video. If your song is trash, it's trash. That's it. Some people like, they feel entitled. Oh, I paid $1,500 for this person to shoot my video, and I had a $3,000 budget.
Yeah.
But the song is horrible.
Yeah, that's it. That's it's like building a house with no foundation. Like
exactly.
Yeah.
And entitlement kills artists.
Facts.
Yeah.
Big
it kills
facts.
them.
Yeah.
Big facts.
Like, for you to think like you guys hate people who don't support your music. You posted it one time. Yeah, I could have been at work. The algorithm's fucked up. And they only fixed it today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, thank God. After today, all right, maybe somebody can maybe you can be bad at somebody, because after today, you can actually see what somebody posts. They have the regular following where it's chronological, and they got the favorite side where...
Wait, they just added that?
Today.
The favorites? Oh, yeah. Okay. I thought you posted that today about the favorites.
So I'm like, hey, maybe after today, even though regardless, you should never feel entitled.
Yeah.
But hey, maybe after today, you can complain about somebody ignoring your content. But other than that, like, you posted it one time, you probably don't post like that. It probably didn't reach anybody because your algorithm is trash, and now it's everybody else's fault. Man, I don't get no support. Now you're showing weakness to your supporters, and don't nobody want to support you no more because, you know what I mean? Or you could just put in work, consistently put it out, consistently post it, and get some feedback and see where you went wrong.
Yep.
Like, you don't even give yourself a chance to see where you went wrong. You
and understand, like, it don't matter how dope you are. Some people, it's just not for them. That's
go find your audience, bro.
Yeah.
It might not be in New York. New York is the toughest crowd.
Word, that's a
ever.
fact. We had so many people on the pod
that's
say
the theme running right now.
Yeah.
Them people will look at you like, if you're not a killer, especially now, if you're not a killer, if you're not the top scammer, or if you don't have the fattest butt coming out of the strip club, don't nobody care about you.
Yeah, you talked about how you found the audience in Boston, like, while you were being a manager before. So what was your experience like that? Like, how did that happen? Because it's like,
I love you, Boston.
Yeah. Hey.
Y'all changed my life. Like, Boston, what happened in Boston is what's supposed to happen. You know when they say, leave your city, and then when you get popping outside your city is when everybody in your city fucks with you?
Yeah.
But like I said, it was so long ago. And like, when you put in work, for people who actually put in work out there, they'll be able to reciprocate this. Like, when you're putting in a whole lot of genuine work, you're not looking for you're not looking for the acknowledgement. You're not looking for you really just looking to accomplish your goal, which was, break my artist. You don't realize, like, the winnings I spoke about that not too long ago. Like I made a tweet about that. Like you don't realize how much you're winning when you just putting in real work and when it's actually working. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when we went to Boston, we put in all this work while we was at home. My artist went to Dizzy Got Bands. I'll say his name too. I usually don't say his name, but you know, I'm grateful for everybody in my life, especially after today. You know what I'm saying? But like, so he went to Boston, went to school out there. And he's also a very charismatic kid, optimistic. He was a little delusional optimistic, but like, you know, it worked for what it needed to work for. Fuck it. If it wasn't for that, we would have never been here. So, hey. So he ended up just finding people and just telling them, yo, I make music. But he was showing them the music that we worked so hard to like put together and make and do. And then like, he told me, yo, I got a show. Like, yo, this frat wants to book me for a show. I'm like, listen, Daryl, you've done this before. Like, I don't want to come to, like, we were, like, this is Boston. This is not like New Jersey. This is Boston. Don't tell me that somebody's having a party and you're going to perform there. And then now you're saying it's your show because you've done this before. You know what I'm saying? If we're coming to Boston because somebody wants to book you for a show and we're getting paid, like you said.
Yeah.
This is what better happen. I will rip your head off. You know what I'm saying? He's bold like that. He'll do that. But that wasn't the case this time. It was real, legit. A whole frat, MIT, shout out MIT, booked my boy, brought him in a frat house, and like, it was real. Like, we had like a personal driver drop us off. I never had that before.
Word.
We show up at the venue. It's a frat house. They're fucking screaming our names.
Word.
I don't know how this happened.
Yeah.
But the songs started picking up on SoundCloud, but you don't realize that. You don't know who's listening to you. So like, and we just recorded it all. I bought this girl with the worst camera ever. Shout out Shay. She's like, yo, we need a photographer. Fuck it, you coming? I ain't even gonna say that on camera, but she was cool, my boy. So we got her to come, and she recorded everything. Took some pictures of us in the studio. Like, we need to create that image, and then we came back home after shutting a show down in Boston. Like, we still trying to fathom what happens. We in Boston. We're enjoying our time. I've never been there before. We eating canes, enjoying the city, loving everything, and then we come back home. And everybody in the city's like, yo, you guys were so popping out there. And like, I'm not even, like, I didn't realize that like people were watching. Like, you know, they're watching the story. They're watching everything. They're watching what we're posting. Like, I'm not noticing that. I'm not used to that. It's 2017. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't really give a fuck about social media. Like, I just post just to post. Back then, I was a regular dude, popular kid in high school throwing parties. But I was an athlete, so I didn't care about social media. I cared about like hard work. That's where the work came from too. You know what I'm saying? So I come home and I noticed like, yo, the town saw what we did. And now I was confused as to why they were so happy about it because everybody's a hater. You know what I'm saying? But then I realized they saw that we were doing something real and people aren't doing that. And they saw that other people in another place appreciated it. So they were like, that's why I saw that effect where it's like when people see you getting support elsewhere, that's when they tap in.
Shit, I've definitely noticed that too.
That's when they lock directly in. So I was like, oh shit, let's eat this up. Let's go fucking everywhere. Fucking.
What would you attribute to like why, like what did they see in you, that audience that made as like a group or like a person, an artist and, you know, maybe team? Like, what do you think that they saw in y'all?
They saw New York kids.
Sure.
Like, no cap. Like, we found that audience of just like open-minded, optimistic kids who we met. It's meeting the right people. In life, you got to meet the right people. We met the right person who put the music in front of the right people, a frat leader who put the music in front of his people. They loved it. They were looking to book a show with an artist.
Yep.
Dizzy was like the perfect person. Affordable, new, raw. And they just picked it up. And after that show, the city, we started doing more shows there. Like, it wasn't just that one show and then that was it. No. We started doing multiple shows there. Like, it was...
Bruh, I noticed that a lot of independent artists that like really built like a steady folling for them early on, like really dedicate their scene to like colleges, like a college town.
That's
like
real.
Like
That's
Boston.
College kids are the most open-minded. They just want to have fun.
Yeah.
They don't care what's going on.
It's good music.
I was
everybody
on
in
the
your room
mic
jacking it.
rocking out to Future like I was Future. They didn't care. They just wanted somebody to perform. After the show was done, we gave them a longer show. We fucking acting like rock stars for 3-4 hours.
That shit gets spread like a virus in those communities, bro. Like a song will just like they play it at one party, it'll go to the next party, and then they'll ask for it, and then they're like, yeah, that's like probably like such an organic, like one of the most organic scenes you could tap into.
It was. I still have that picture on my Instagram. Like if you go on my Instagram all the way to the bottom, you can see a picture of me on a stage with a mic in my hand, all these fucking white kids, and they're just like loving it, loving it. You're looking at me, and people think I'm a rapper. I'm like, nah, bro. We was just having the best time of our lives, getting ready to change our lives. You know what I'm saying?
What did that positive reception really like do to you and maybe the rest of the team?
Oh, that made me never want to look back.
Yeah, right there.
Like,
that was
my
like
whole
a turning
life,
point for you.
I've always wanted to like rock a stage out. You know what I mean? Like I've always wanted to like be involved with the music life.
Always, yeah.
Always. I like a fun fact is like my family in Haiti. I'm Haitian, so we vacation background. Famous band in Haiti called New Phase. You know what I mean? So that music is in my system. It runs through me no matter what. I just ended up finding it one day. But like after I saw that reciprocation, that energy, that rawness, the organicness, and like how it happened, I understood why it happened. You know what I'm saying? Like some people like they try too hard. You know what I mean? They do too much to get like a attention or like an audience or like some type of like following, you know what I'm saying? And people aren't dumb. Especially these Gen Z kids. They know what's going on. They picking up. They're smarter than us,
especially
believe it or not.
And especially
I have a little brother that Gen Z. They smarter than us, bro. They're really tapped in and they pick up shit fast. So you got to be a real person. You got to be giving out something like raw and organic and like you can't force shit. It has to be real. You know what I mean? Like we'll get into that eventually, but even with the verses, you know what I'm saying? When we get to that, it was raw. Nobody told me to do that, and I was doing that before the original verses. Right. And I want to get into something, but when we get there, we will.
Okay. The one thing I do want to get into is hotspot for a second, and not exactly the what you do, but from the artist's perspective. Well, actually, here's my question. For you, right? You do a lot of these videos. Do you shoot the videos?
Marco shoots the videos.
Okay.
I edit. Marco and Donald shoot the videos.
Okay.
I edit them.
Are you in the room when you're always in the room? Okay. The room. So
I'm in Marco's ear, like, yo, we got to get this shot out. Like, so I'm a director.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like we get it all together.
Yeah.
And then it's just, we put it all together.
Okay. Well, what is it about a session, right? About an artist in a session that for you would make it enjoyable or unbearable?
Okay. Boom. Perfect. I love that question.
Okay.
I want your answer on this too.
Right.
I want you to
answer this one too. I love that. I love when an artist comes in the room and he or she is ready to be an artist.
Word.
And you could tell.
Word.
They walk in the room, their chest is high, they're confident, and they're ready to put their song out there.
So
and they're ready to perform
the camera turns on.
Before the camera turns on. I love that. You know, it makes me comfortable to feel like you're a human. You know what I'm saying? Because like to be nervous around the next man, it's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's like, and I understand social media like turned human interaction kind of off. You know what I'm saying? So when I see that raw genuineness in an artist, that stand up, I love that shit. But then you meet an artist and they come on the mic, they doing their thing, they're performing. Like you don't gotta say nothing. And because the way we do the hotspot is through a science. If you're there, any artist who booked the hotspot, they loved it. It was so fast. You're only in the room for 20 minutes and you're done. Like you shoot your stuff, you watch the whole thing that you just did, and then you go home. It's beautiful. But then you have those artists who come in like a stickler, shy, nervous. I gotta keep telling you, yo, give me some life, give me some energy. I'm like, yo, like you an artist. How do you wake up and like you leave your house and you kind of like, you know what I mean? You're nervous to do what you're supposed to love, because I don't think they understand how much passion has to go into this. Like if you don't have passion for music, what are you making music about? You know what I'm saying? Like when you have the opportunity to sing and perform what you feel, you should be giving that shit your life, because that's where it comes from. It comes from how you feel. And I don't like that kind of stuff. It rubs me the wrong way where I'm like, dude, like, do you want to do this? Like, why'd you even spend your money, you know?
Hell yeah.
Type shit.
What about you?
Okay, that's about me. Let's get the obvious ones out the way. Attitude. I don't want to work with anyone who just is negative, pessimistic.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's number one. That's probably the biggest one. I would say entitlement after that, but that goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
To me, like, yeah, and number 3 would be what you said. Yeah. Because, like, someone who's just confident, who's really going to put their heart and soul into this microphone, like, that's the shit. And then I watch it back and I feel inspired after that.
Yes.
That's the shit. And then I want to go harder.
Yes. I want to make your video the way, I want to make it so perfect for you because you care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. So, but number 1 for me is attitude. 100%. Yeah, 100%.
How about you?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I mean, the only time that I really like in a session, I'm working directly in a scene where it's like you're working with me for me kind of situation is this. And luckily we're only, not too deep in, and it's like we haven't had those situations yet where I mean, me personally, I haven't experienced anything where it's like this is something that I noticed that like, yo, you gotta work on. Like we've had great guests so far. So it's like only fit. Yeah, fact. Shout out Poncho. All the people we've worked with are people that Poncho has had good relationships with.
Right, exactly. So it shows Poncho's a good guy.
Like, facts. So, yeah.
Hell yeah. Because artists, man, they are, like we said, they are different.
This is not for money, so it's not like we're taking people for money. Like, oh, you have $100, like let's shoot your video, kind of thing.
Right.
This is because like we fuck with you already, so now we're bringing you onto the scene. You know what I mean? So facts, OD. So yeah.
One more follow up to that. Because at this point you've done mad videos, and you see which videos do well. You see which people hit you up and be like, "Yo, that video was the shit." What is it about that video that makes it the shit, or a video that just falls below and doesn't do well? Is it just straight brand or?
So a lot of times it's the artist.
Mm-hmm. The artist platform or the artist as a person? The
artist as a person.
Okay.
Well, a lot of times, it's the artist.
You think so?
You could tell. So like, for example, there'll be an artist out there, right? Who he might have got a lot of views, but that's more so because he's involved with a lot of people.
Okay.
You know, there's a big, and you know the difference because like when we do the hotspots, people will come up and be like, yo, I saw that one. Like you said, like, yo, I saw that one that was fire, but that's not even the most viewed one. But that's the one everybody keeps talking about. You know what I'm saying? So if you're an artist who's making great music, people are going to tap in. They're going to, like, no matter what. And the artists that don't do well, you can just tell. They're just like, they're not giving this music stuff a chance. You know what I mean? They're not coming off as an artist.
They're like 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Yeah, they just want to make music, and they just want, they see music is very popular right now. So they just got their foot in there doing whatever the hell they got to do. Like, yeah, that's the best way I'll put it. Like, if you're an artist and you're making that good, real stuff, like, for example, with the hotspot specifically, a lot of people love Mean Gene's hotspot.
Okay.
They don't know Mean Gene.
Mm-hmm.
Mean Gene's from Jersey. Shout out Mean Gene, that's my guy. They don't know him from a hole in the wall though. But when we put out his hotspot, everybody was like, yo. But if you know Mean Gene's been putting in work for a while. He produces his own music. He engineers his own music, makes his own beats. He has his own sound. And he's been doing it for so long, very consistently. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm not surprised that, like, when he puts something out, it's to that level now where people are like, oh, it's inevitable. They like this. Then you got the other guy he's probably only released 4 songs by now, if that. His video is not doing too well. Also, too, like, Olsen dropped the hotspot. I think Olsen only has 1 song out. But the hotspot that he put out is so good. The song is so, like, catchy and, like, so lovable that, like, it reciprocated immediately. Because he's talking about something. He's talking about somebody from the town who passed away. It has a real message. Like you can honor what he's talking about rather than the guy who's talking about 220 on the dash and spinning on his ops. Like everybody's talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not you're not touching you're not pushing no buttons. Like you're not touching the people with your music, more or less. So yeah.
Damn, I mean, you are obviously an artist yourself, and like, what I'm wondering is like, as somebody that wears so many hats, like, how do you transition so seamlessly from being like a business entrepreneur into like a unbridled artist, like into those roles? Like, what is that transition like to you?
With shit.
Like those two worlds, like balancing that for you.
So like, I would say balancing it is like easy now because I turned it more into a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like SLDM is my business, but it's also my life. You know what I'm saying? Like we working on stuff right now. Don't nobody know. Like we could show people, we could show y'all some shit where it's like, oh shit, how the fuck y'all get yourself, how you get your hands on that? How you get yourself involved in that? And like, that just comes from the life and how we live it, how I live it with the team. Like, I'll go from the hotspot, right, to the verses, right? But we're doing that because like the hotspot came from the verses. So one thing's always stemming to the next thing. And we're doing the hotspot because me, myself, as a person, I need to find talent. Not the hotspot, the verses. I need to find talent. So what am I going to do to find talent, right? I know how to edit. I know how to put things together on the computer. That's my art, really. That's how I contribute as an artist because I don't make music, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. But like,
you're a visionary.
I'm a visionary. I know how to like see something. So for me, it's like when I say it's a lifestyle, like I'll see it because I need it. Like I started doing videos because my artist needed it. So I learned how to do it. It became effective. Turned that into how am I gonna do these videos and put everybody on? I learned, I'm trying to like not run on with it. Okay.
Nah, you good, bro. You hitting on all the important shit.
You might have to ask the question one more time.
Just transitioning hats as in like being on more of the business end to like a creative end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, boom. All right, so I'm on the right track.
Yeah,
all right. So the creative end comes from needing it, like I said. Artists need to know who's fire. That's why we called it Who Got It.
Okay. Sure.
Artists need to know where they at and where they stand as an artist musically. So what will we do? We'll put them up against the next artist. That's where where the creativity comes from is knowing how to do all this camera stuff. Let's set up the OBS. Let's take these two artists, put them up against each other on a versus challenge because that's what we need. That's what's going on, right?
Yep.
Now we turn it into a business by charging them for it.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So we know you need to get out there. We know how to get you out there. We turn it into a platform and we just charge you to do it.
Do you have any advice? Because I bet you know so many artists that just focus on music, don't give a fuck about business. And it's like, that's only really going to get you so far. So do you have advice for someone to help trying to maybe balance that? Does that make sense?
No, I do. My best advice to artists right now, right, is just focus on music. Because artists focus too much on everything else, what people think. They focus too much on what's going on in their life and everything. Like, just like focus on your music. Focus on your message. Like people, they sleep on that so much. And like, for example, let me use an artist. Juice WRLD.
Okay.
Heavily involved in the drugs. Had a very heavy problem with the drugs. But with his music, he used that message with the drugs and what the drugs do for him. And then he ended up finding a lane with a whole bunch of drug addict ass fans. And next thing you know, all he has to do is rap about drugs. And that's it. He focused on that one niche. You know, find your niche as an artist and like do it well. Because when you do one thing well, all doors open up. You just gotta do one thing really, 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 really well. And then you'll see. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell artists what's gonna happen, but all I do, what I could tell them is like, if you do something the right way, consistently, and you have a real message towards it, doors just open up. That's like just the law of life. You know what I'm saying?
This kind of reminds me of something else that you talked about. You said before that like, you know, you need to gain the support of people, and like the support from people, you shouldn't expect it necessarily.
Never.
Like the support isn't free, reposts aren't free, and you said it in a way that's like really stuck with me. Can you touch on like that sort of theme? Is because I feel like that's something a lot of people expect. If you're an artist that's a friend of theirs, they expect you to repost them and show you unbridled support. So
I remember I said something along the lines of like, like support isn't something you can't feel entitled to it. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times, like we were talking about off the camera, I get a lot more support than I'll never be able to notice the amount of support I actually get. I have an idea of how big it is, but I'll never understand how big it actually is because that's not really what I'm focused on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll never hear me, like, I'll meet people. I'll be out there. I won't even tell somebody what I do. I'm just gonna be cool with you. I'm gonna just genuinely get to know you. I'm gonna meet you. I'm gonna be a real person. I give so much to what I do, though, that you will find out. If you care enough, you'll know what I do. And I know that what I'm doing, I care about it so well. We're doing it to a level, to a point where it's like, if you see it and you know it's your thing, it's inevitable. You're going to tap in. Like, I don't even have to ask. Like, I will never have to say anything to you. Like, if I don't know you, I don't know. Like, if I met you at a bar, we're having a conversation, but you rap, I don't know that, though. I will get your whole name. I'll tap in. I'll get your Instagram. We'll be cool. I will not even tell you what I got going on. Then you'll go see me post like a hotspot or something. Or you'll see me post myself on like an interview. Yep. Or like you'll see me shooting a music video because I'm always working. That's my lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? You'll wake up one day, you'll see me doing this. You'll see me doing that. You'll see me doing this. You see me doing that. I turn this into my life, you know? And like, you're either going to love it or not. You're going to hate it or not. You know what I mean? I stick to those people. Like, there's going to be people out there who hate you, and there's going to be people out there who genuinely love you, and there's going to be people out there who are in the middle. I'm sticking to the people who love me off the rip. And if you're in the middle and we can get you in there, shit. And if you don't like what's going on and you hate it, you're going to hate it. But people and human beings are always so focused on who's not focused on them. Yeah. It's like a thing. I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? So now you're like angry at people who don't want to support you. And now you're turning people off. Like, you're turning people off. People looking at the story, they're watching you complain and cry for some support. And you don't even realize, like, you're not putting in the work. You're mad at the work you're not putting in.
And the people that actually support you, seeing that, being like,
right, like, I support you, so what you don't got support. You're offending people. You know what I'm saying? And like you're blinding yourself. And you just genuinely can't move like that, like, at all. Support is genuine. It's natural. It's gonna happen. But you have to have something for people to support.
Yeah, and I feel like until your quality reaches like such a high point, you could have access to everything in the entire world right now. Until your quality is like top-notch quality, where it's like I'm looking for the best quality. Like, as a person, if people support you as a person before your art, that helps you just as far. So it's like
exactly, and that's another thing that I'm big on. Like, I want you to respect me, because everything you see is my life. It's my lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So you would never be able to respect my lifestyle if you don't respect me first. You feel me? You would never be able to respect my people, the people that you're going to come around, you're going to meet my guys, my team, and everything that's going on. How are you going to respect them if you don't respect me? You know what I mean? How are you going to respect our price? How are you going to, like... So definitely just, like, being genuine. That'll give you the best support ever.
Okay. Word.
I got it. All right.
You got it.
I had a couple other questions, but this is really the most important one. If I was to ask one more, it would be, you said this in an interview too, the one I mentioned to you earlier, how everyone wants to be that guy. Oh. So here's my question, right? I'm not just trying to harp on the problem. What's the solution to that? Because I know that I see it too, and it holds a lot of people back.
Well, wanting to be like...
How do you get more people in your scene to work together, kind of situation?
Yeah. You were like how everyone in 845 is divided. Another thing that's common with 914, like, just very divided. What's the solution to that?
The solution to getting people together.
Yeah.
I'll say, through my experience and through my, like, small effect on doing that, you know what I'm saying? The best way to bring people together is to make it fair for everybody. But that's also the hardest part, because it'll never be fair for everybody.
Can you dig into that a little deeper? What do you mean by making it fair?
So this is what I mean. I run a platform, right? And if you know what's going on in my city, you know what's going on. We don't really got to talk too much about it. You can't be biased. And it's hard. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of why cities won't come together is you got little things like this going on. You got this artist with a huge friend group, and his friend group doesn't want to support anybody else but him.
Yep.
Maybe he's not the guy though. But that's a whole entire audience that could be going for the guy who does need that support. And if he did, he could be the guy. They see he could be the guy. Now they hate that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, definitely.
So we started doing stuff like the Versus Challenge to get into like how we turn the creativity into a business, right? But like I'm trying to answer both the questions at the same time. Yeah. But like now they hate that guy. So you put them against each other. But before you put them against each other, you let them know what's going on. Yo, we doing this for like a cause. It starts one by one. You know what I mean? You definitely got to start brick by brick with it. And consistency. So we started taking artists. Yo, you don't like him. He don't like it. Whatever. You feel like you better than him and you got this entitlement. You got this entitlement. All right, cool. Let's make it fair. Let's put you guys in front of everybody. Put y'all talent in front of each other. People see that and people see like, oh, they came together. They're from the same town. That's a start of some like even if you won't collab with the next artist, you'll at least verse each other.
In the same room together.
Right, in the same room together.
They're going to be talking to each other.
You got this videographer there. You got that videographer there. We're doing it in the studio that we all know where it's at. You know what I mean? You just have to find something to start with. It doesn't have to be a versus. That was just my idea.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It could be a showcase. I also waited for the perfect opportunity. It was a snowstorm one day. Everybody's at home. We all got nothing to do. We locked in the house. I know I got the network. I know I got the platform. I know I got like the popularity, whatever, the name, kind of. Because we had this big wave going on. So I just brought it. I'm like, yo, tonight we're going live because I know all you motherfuckers is at home. And I know if I go live, we gonna tap in.
Genius facts.
Exactly. So it was like, it's like I forced them in a corner, but I only took advantage of that opportunity so they could see what's going on. And then I just gave all the artists an opportunity. Make it fair. All right, you think you nice? Get up here and rap. It's 250 people up here. Get up here and rap and impress somebody. You can, it's either you can or you can't. And all the artists that could, I noticed that and I just stuck with them. All right, let's do interviews now. All right, you in this interview, start talking about the artists that you do associate with, because a lot of times these communities don't have a platform for somebody for an artist to get up there and say, yo, I do fuck with that guy and that guy and that guy and that guy. Yeah. There's no platform for that. Everybody want to be the rapper. Everybody want to be the videographer. Everybody want to be the manager. Everybody wants to be the trap guy who's investing his trap money into the rapper. Don't nobody want to be the platform that's for everybody though. You know what I'm saying? That's why these platforms is coming up, to say cheese, the academics, the talk of the town, the SLDM TV.
Yep.
You got to give people the opportunity to actually like speak and let people see that. People watch those interviews. Other artists are gonna be like, "Oh shit, that person said he fucks with me. I'm gonna go DM him. Oh, you said this about me. Oh, he called me out for a versus. All right, let's go do this." Now, one thing, like now, next you know, these people are coming up on the verses. They're collabing with each other. Artists are giving each other another platform by saying, "Hey, I like that guy." And then next you know, one thing leads to another. But you gotta have that center. You gotta have that like centerpiece that's like not biased and fair for everybody, but a lot of cities don't want to have that person. Everybody wants to be like, when I say the guy, they want to like, if I'm popping, you can't be popping. Everybody has to focus on me. Like, why, bro? Why? That's too much. I feel like that sometimes myself, and that'll be like a lot. It's too much people focused on me. Where I'm like, damn, go over there. Like, like I'm helping other platforms in the city now. Like, yo, you do this, I'm gonna throw you the fucking towel. Run that shit up. You run that. You take that. You take that. Like, it can't just be me. You know what I'm saying? We need platforms. You do this. You do that. You do that. But everybody wants to be the fucking king of the city, and and they don't do that shit for like. They do that shit for like notoriety and like girls, like nothing that's like effective. You know what I'm saying? Like
impactful in the culture. Like
nothing. Like you get some people get the attention, but they don't do nothing with it. You know what I mean? You'll see me, I'll grab this attention and this opportunity in this moment and boom, slam it on the artist. All right, what y'all gonna do with this? Because I know it's coming back to me. It's inevitable. You know what I'm saying? What I'm doing for the town, for the community, it's coming out of the kindness of my heart. I could be doing this shit for myself and my brand and in another city. Fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying? Go to New York City or some shit. But also too, like I noticed my city's untapped. If I was doing what I was doing in New York City, you know what I'm saying?
Doing that. Yeah.
It'd be impossible. When you give no man's land a chance, people sleep on that shit, bro. When you're the only guy doing something, it's supply and demand. You know what I'm saying? Your price goes up. Everybody's gonna need it.
Oh yeah. Nah, I love that fucking answer, bro. Like OD. Like that's like the media, the content, the sort of space for like artists to really go on another and tap into another environment or fan base or whatever it is. Like that's so powerful in this landscape. Like
exactly,
and you've broke through that wall now where it's like now you could really snowball into like success more than like you broke, like you have your solid fan base, you have a platform, you have the space to do it in. And I feel like one of the most
team, man.
And
never
team,
can't do it without
too.
the team.
And that too. Yeah, hell yeah, that part. Like, let me not sleep on that.
No doubt.
But definitely, like, I feel like one thing, and I want you to answer on this too, like, one difficult thing for people is really finding like a space to shoot to make use and to shoot content in.
Yes.
So like, how did you find the space, like your studio and your setup, like investing in your setup and really breaking that you know, first wall to really become a media platform of some sort, whatever that really looks like. Like how did you rent out your studio and invest in your equipment? And I want you to answer that too.
Fine, because we definitely in Poncho's dope ass studio.
Yeah, facts. It's second studio, facts.
Hell yeah. So where do we even start? So after the artist thing, right? Me and my artist, we split ways. He started doing his thing, I started doing my thing. I took the brand, he took him. I ended up, like I said, I had a network out there that I didn't know how big it was and how powerful and how important it was to everybody else until I got out there. And I met these guys, Frank, Drifty. Shout out to my brothers. And Drifty had this studio. He used to work for a lawyer. I'm dropping like real gems. The whole town's gonna want to hear this. But he used to work for this lawyer.
Caught my attention. You know,
right,
I'm a law student.
And no word, exactly. You're lost to the word. So he worked for this lawyer. He's a paralegal. And I don't know how this lawyer has access to this building.
Okay.
He said it's a favor. You know, lawyers are powerful people. So I said, hey. I went to Drifty's studio one day, and that's when he told me. He had a meeting. He like, these people really enticed me. Like, I go there. He tells me he made a song called SLDM. I'm like, of course you got my attention. Like, of course, right?
Yeah.
I'm in there. He tells me this. Boom. Then Frank comes. Frank is recording that day. And he tells me, like, he's basically into what I do. He wants to kind of do the same thing. All right, cool. Frank got all this money. Drifty got this studio. I got this brand. And his network and his platform. Before I knew it, though. So they were like, yeah, let's go check the studio out. It was around the corner. And I'm like, to me, I'm like, if you're not lying, we gonna go to the studio right now. If you're telling me you want to open up a studio with me in it, because that was their plan. They wanted to open up a studio. They just didn't have it all together. And I was like that missing piece. So now here we all are in the same room like us, right here, for the first time, meeting. I met Drifty a while ago. He had his own thing going on, but like this is our first time having like a real sit down. We go right to the studio. This guy Drifty climbs through the window. I'm like, bro, I hope you're not being some optimistic ass kid trying to work with me by jumping into this abandoned building and hoping to God we make something of ourselves. Because you keep telling me it's a lawyer who owes you a favor. Like, there's no lease to the building. There's no O&R bill. Like, what the hell are we doing here? Come to find out, everything was legit. For real. He went, got the key from the lawyer, got the O&R bill settled and everything. Frank had all this equipment because he used to Drifty used an engineer. Frank also was producing a little bit. So they just had all this equipment, right? I'm like, what do y'all need me for? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have any of this shit. Like, what do y'all need me for? They basically were like, yo, if you basically just like, my brand ended up basically buying it all. The studio, the equipment, everything. They were like, if we're a part of SLDM, this is all yours. Not yours, this is all ours. And I looked at it, I was like, damn, do I want to own 100% of nothing? Or, you know what I mean? A percentage of some hefty shit work. I know myself. I'll make it happen in this. And like I did. make it happen in that motherfucker. That's exactly what we did. So I was like, shit, let's do it. And that's how I got my hands on.
How long ago was this?
This is 2019.
Okay,
we opened up a studio in Haverstraw on New Main Street.
That's not where you're at now? Is that
not where I'm at now.
Okay, word.
So that's 2 studios ago. So we in there, we're running it up. We're going crazy. That's when we started the podcast. Drifty used to run a podcast back in the day. And he knew how to run one. I didn't know anything about a podcast, but he knew I should be doing a podcast because of the Instagram Live we were doing. And the way I was doing it, all the supporters, I don't want to say supporters, all the community was like, yo, you need a radio show, Kingmil. You need a radio show because I hosted it perfectly. Like, and we just on Instagram Live. You know, I'm making the best of what I got in my face. So we started the podcast. We're interviewing all the artists. Now that's when I realized, okay, this platform is for, like, this network is for real. I'm like, yo, who wants to do an interview? My DMs are blowing up. Oh, me. All right, let's do you. Drifty knows how to edit. He knows how to engineer. We have a red camera. Like I said, Frank has all this money. We got all this shit. It's like, I'm in there spoiled. And all I gotta do is run the platform and bring people through this building. And that's what I do. That's what I learned. That's what I found out I know how to do. Everything was great until it wasn't. Nothing lasts forever. Whatever. I had to learn that then, though. You know what I'm saying?
But it broke you through that initial step of like, gave you the space, gave you the resources, and gave you the confidence to step up on top of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I have to pee really bad.
Yeah.
So bad, bro. Like, I'm like,
go. Do your thing, bro.
We back in this.
No worries, bro. Killing that shit,
all
bro.
good.
Okay. Facts. All right, we in.
So, things fell out. Whatever. And then, we good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, 3, 2, 1. Things fell out. And one thing led to another. I was like, we were in the middle of making a project before things fell out, though, you know? Called Hulk Diesel. Because that's what I do. I put out projects as well. I know how to, like, A&R, because I worked with an artist and we were putting out projects. So I went to put out this little collab joint. Shout out Hulk Sicko. Shout out Shaq Diesel. We worked on Hulk Diesel. We worked very hard on it. And as I was putting it out, we shut down the studio and then ended up meeting somebody named Cristallo through my boy Corey. And I ended up working at the Society of the Arts, becoming a member there, which was a creative space. At first, it was like a blank room where it was use your imagination and do something with it. And me, the kind of person I am, very creative. And the way I live my life, I'm going to make do with what I have for the sake of getting artists out there. And we started shooting videos, music videos in there only. I'm talking about, I would find the most random stuff in the studio. It was this big, huge space with just random things in it. Say, hey, we're going to use this. And we started shooting the videos for Hulk Diesel. And then from there, I just grew in that space for so long. Like, we started doing the podcast. I started doing it on my own because that's when I learned how to use a camera. I didn't have like a videographer or like an engineer anymore, but I couldn't let my brand decrease. I couldn't let like people feel like they can leave me and like take something from me.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm big on that. So like, I'm going to pick up where I left off. That's how I got into editing and shooting and stuff like that, because this is what we started doing and I couldn't like not do that no more. So in the studio, I got comfortable, learned how to just like grow as a content creator and how to just like make the best of a situation. And from there, we started doing the podcast. We started doing the verses. We started doing just like so many music videos. And like, it was just such a like creative benefit, you know what I'm saying? To have a space to just like, sometimes I would just be in there, just there, you know? Like, that is so important to somebody as an artist, having a space to just be an artist. Even if you don't necessarily have something to do, just having a space to be an artist is huge, because your mind just starts to work. And like I'm saying, while I was in there, I was like, wow, like they have cameras here, they have this, they have that. I don't know exactly what at first I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. But you
felt the inspiration and
I just felt the inspiration, and then you start touching things, and then you start doing things, and next thing you know it, you learn how to do it, and then something works. And then boom, and then from there, now we're at JWC Pro Studio. Shout out my guy Fro. We're doing the verses out of there. We doing hotspots out of there. We shooting videos out of there. We doing photo shoots in there. Like, it's just a dope creative space. It's right across the street from my house, so I don't gotta go too far. If anything happens in my life, it don't matter. I can still get to the studio and get my work done.
Yeah, right across the street.
As an artist, get yourself a space. If you and like, even if like you're not like a content creator, you're a singer, rapper, artist, whatever. Find a studio where you're comfortable. An engineer that you're comfortable with. You know what I mean? You gotta have that right situation. You can't just be like in a space just doing anything. You know what I mean? It gotta fit you. The situation gotta be straight.
Fire, bro.
Hell yeah.
That's dope. Any tips for you real quick before
finding a space?
Yeah, finding a space.
Everything you just said was facts. Like I never really felt like myself as a creator till I got a space.
Yes.
Like I was saying, especially like, I don't know what like the family situation was like, but my dad was not trying to hear no 808s. Like
listen, family situation, I got kicked out of my house when my mom found out I wanted. That's a lot of where the motivation comes from too. So my mother, I got a brother who just graduated. He graduated college. He's a radiologist. He does MRIs and shit like that. I got a sister who's making $100K plus a year. She's younger than me.
Fire.
Just moved to Illinois.
Your little brother
graduated from engineer. My little brother's a sexy little handsome little dude, getting all the girls.
He said on IG,
you know what I mean?
Taking all my hoes.
He taking all my hoes and shit. You know what I mean? But he's into like, you know, like the black history and like very dived into the black culture, and he's growing as a young man. You know what I mean? Still finding his way. Then you got me, my mom. All my mom thinks is I'm trying to be a fucking rapper.
Oh yeah?
And I don't want to go to, I'm a stud athlete, but I don't want to go to college. I want to do this music shit. She's like, and I'm Haitian. So I had to, not only was I like trying to grow the brand, I had no choice. You know what I'm saying? I was out and about living at my friend's house. Ended up getting my own little situation. So I moved in with my best friend. Till like I ended up getting my own apartment and shit like that. But through that whole process, even to now, it was grow the brand and put yourself in a position to like do something with your life because you ain't got no choice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And when you left with no choice back against the wall, magic starts to happen.
I can imagine. Bro.
Real magic starts to happen. It's like real, like you start to notice God is really with you on some shit.
Facts.
So yeah.
For real. Okay. Going back to advice was found in the space. Just don't get discouraged, because like at the end of the day too, like I don't know if you dealt with this, but I had to hit up mad space because no one was trying to have a studio in their spot. Like So just don't get discouraged. Like just keep
you would
looking.
tell them right away. Like you see like a office space, you hit them up and be like, "Yo, I'm trying to have a music studio in this space," and ask them like, "What was that like for you?"
I got lucky. I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't ever. I never.
Me too, bro.
Like
it's so encouraging.
Me too.
Yeah, like if I'm being real, I don't ever give anything up I do to luck, because like I work my ass off.
Yeah,
but, like I did get lucky. Like there's this coffee shop I fuck with OD, and one day I was just kind of like, "Yo, aren't there like studios upstairs and shit?" And they're like, "Yeah," and I signed a lease like a year, like not a year, like a week later. So I don't know, bro. Just it's out there. Just put the intention out there and just look. But it's worth it. It's worth it. It's
100%, man. Having something that's yours. We could do what you want in there at your given time.
Yeah, facts.
Man, because you'd be surprised how many times you want to do something, but then you don't feel like doing it no more, then you lose the motivation. But when you're in that studio and you have it in you at the moment,
facts.
Do it. That's another thing I'm big on. Do it. Like, do it now.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Don't wait till like something is powerful enough to discourage you not to do it. Like, do it immediately. If it's gonna take you 5 minutes to do it, if it's gonna take you 5 minutes to start it, at least start it. You know what I'm saying? And then whatever happens from there, run with it.
Word. I think that's a good note to close on, because we
hell yeah.
Yeah, facts. Damn, that was fucking fire though. Yeah, appreciate it. Close us out, Ponch. Give you facts. Close us out.
Okay. Yeah, shit. I do want to ask this before it closes.
Man.
You have a message to artists coming up?
Yes, I do. If you didn't hear what we were talking about this whole time,
make sure all your social medias are the same.
Not like a real message to artists though, man. Like, make sure what you making music, make sure what you're doing comes from within. Like, try your hardest. Like, try hard not to really pick up too much influence off anybody else. Like, try to like try your best to get people to know how you feel and why you feel that way. If you're an artist, you know what I'm saying? Like if you make music specifically, and just be passionate with it. Be consistent and just love what you do. Even if somebody else don't love what you do, that's not your problem. You have to love what you do, and you'd be surprised what could happen, you know what I mean, in your journey. You know what I mean? You really be surprised. Like there's no like you can't predict what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen. Like all I know is if you stay true to yourself, magic happens.
That's real.
That's just the real. That's the best way I could put it without trying to like discourage somebody. Like, oh, you say something now they're gonna expect something. Nah, be yourself. Stay true. Be genuine, and the magic happens.
Boom.
For real.
Yes, sir.
Facts.
Kingmil, I appreciate you coming through.
No doubt, man.
And it was great to
Appreciate
meet you, bro.
Yo, before I get out of here, I want to say rest in peace to my brother Nas.
Facts.
I love you for life, man. Shout out to you and everything you did for the town. We love you, bro. Shout out to your family. I just want to send my condolences to you guys, man. I love you. Shout out to 845.
Facts. Last thing before we close, could you tell the people where to find you on social media?
Yeah, man. So you know what it is? It's your boy King with an 8 God. You can go follow me on social media. Kingmil Miceus. KINGMILMICEUS. Everywhere. Don't miss it. I'm here. I do a lot of shit. Tap in with me. If I talked about what I do, we'll be here for another hour. So let's get
Yes, sir.
No doubt.
Yeah, so that's the pod, episode 17. If you made it this far, I appreciate you for tuning in. And like I said, if you're an artist, tap in with the community. We're trying to build this community to be a group of like-minded artists who are all growing and striving to be the best that they can. So tap in, and we'll see you next time.
Peace. Let's get it. Yo, fire, my boy. Fire.